Hello, hi. Welcome back to the newspaper art session that we have, decors, newspaper decors basically. As you know, in this particular course, we are trying to create some decorative objects for our home. Of course, they need a lot of imagination, we know that. And the next that we are going ahead, the next object that we are going ahead, or the next decor that we are going ahead is are the newspaper dolls. A simple plain newspaper, reformed to something which is uh, which is this kind of a structure. And this is what it is. This is yet to be finished, a little bit down, but this is the kind of structure that we are going to make today. And how do we go with it? We need a few things for the newspaper dolls that we are going to make. What do we need for them? First and foremost, we need the newspaper sticks, yeah. And we need a cardboard. Yes, we need newspaper sticks, cardboard. Then we need the tape. This is a paper tape. It is good if you have a paper tape, it helps, because the normal transparent plastic based sellotapes, they don't work on glues. So this kind of paper tape, it helps better, because a glue can stick on this. We really want something on which the glue will work. So this is what it is. We need I use a hard portion of a magazine cover. This portion, we have the magazines here, and this cover of the magazine we need. And if you have taken the kit from us, you probably have such a paper in your kit. So that is what we need. And we need a brown and a black color, because we are going to mix both the colors. We are not going to color them completely black, we will give them a brown tinge as well. So brushes to paint. And one more important thing we need for this project, this is a mixture of, you can see it's pretty watery. And it's watery. You need a mixture. This is an equal mixture of glue and water, 1:1 mixture of glue and water. So we need these things. I'm not sure whether I told you. And you need any kind of tissue paper of your choice. If you've taken the kit, you might have what tissue paper in it, which is useful to for. Otherwise, this is the tissue paper that I will be using. You can use whatever is available with you. So these are few things that we need. We also need a couple of decorations that we will use, that we will see at a later stage. But first, this is the first video. As you know, we go for everything, we go step by step. And this is what we need to begin with. Now we start with creating a head of the doll. Now let us start creating the head of the doll. We are going to take two sticks here to create the head. It is all up to you whether you want to make the head look delicate or you want to make it look bold. Personally, my choice is something which looks a little bigger, bolder. The reason being, it is easier for us to make them wear the earrings, to do the headgear, and to do all the kind of other decorations that we need to do towards the house. And so the structure also looks very bold, and that helps us to give them a very realistic look. So that is what it is. So we are going to take these, and if you know, these are the simple newspaper sticks that we use, otherwise one side small and one side thick. Now, to have an evenness of the stick, what I normally do is, when these two sides are small, I take them on the opposite side. So I take one side small and one side big, and one side small and one side big. That just keeps an evenness if there need to be attached. Exactly from the center, I'm going to bend these two sticks like this, and I have them like this bent. Okay, now at this stage, I'm going to take another stick, this one, and dip that in the glue, the mixture of the glue and water that we have made. We want this to really stick very fast. We don't have to really wait for it. And we are going to part this and put this across in between the two. And you're going to keep this here, see, like this, yeah, like this. And then we start winding this towards it. You have to make sure that when you wind this, the winding is very even. Do not overlap the winding unnecessarily, because it is going to give a very abnormal look Oh, see if you can see, it looks very even. The entire winding looks even. Do not have, just you can just check from all the sides. The winding looks very even, and this is a face, so you, it has to be little bigger than the neck. Now this portion of the doll, the stick portion of the doll is supposed to be the neck. So this we want. If you see our own face, we have a neck, and at least, you know, around to 1.5 1 inch or so we have to have the head further. So obviously when you use this as the neck, your head should go little bigger like this, you know. So we're going to keep a little bit of realistic proportion, and we'll just go on winding. Use your imagination little bit. It is not always that you know, these decors not necessarily that this is an there's no standard piece as such, but I try to create something which looks pretty realistic, that helps us to gain a little bit of confidence when you look at it, and you know, the emotions or anything that you want to show through your actions. So I just try to see that we can try to put all those things while we are making it. Now this is catching up a little shape. See if you see, this has started becoming a little bolder. So I will just go on winding this. I use the, you can use the bigger sticks if you want a very bolder face, and if you want a very delicate face, you can use the smaller sticks. It is all up to you. As I said, I like bigger sticks. I like to use bolder faces, and so I use thicker sticks, and I think that gives me a lot of arena to decorate them, to use my imagination when it comes to putting the headgears and earrings and everything, you know, for that matter. So that helps a little bit, and visibility is also there basically. So if you take a smaller figure, then you lose on the visibility of the object, you know, that face looks very small. So all in all, a bolder face gives a very wonderful look, is what I feel. So now this is what you see, this is what I have. So now it looks like this is the head and this can be the neck. It looks in proportion, because, and don't think that, you know, this much fat will be seen. No, this will not be seen, because half of this will be covered. It will be covered under the turban or under the head or whatever you have it. Now you are going to stick this here, the end here, and once you stick this, you're going to stick this. Immediately, as soon as you finish this, yeah, you're going to take this glue a little bit, and you're going to paste this here. Why are we pasting this? You know, is it okay if we don't paste? Well, should be okay, but this we are securing, because the entire time that we have done the winding of the head, we haven't used glue anywhere, and we need to use the glue because there is no such fixing of the paper as we have it in the weaving sessions. In the weaving sessions, we actually twist the paper like this, and so we are able to create, you know, that kind of a friction. So just try to just create that head, you know, just put that entire thing a little bit down there. Now we have to create the shoulders part. So this is our head. See, in the now that I have made, I have this finishing here. If you can see, my stick has ended here. This, I have decided that I am going to take this as the part at the back side of the head, and this portion is going to be the front side. The moment I start imagining in my mind that this is the front portion, I imagine two eyes, I imagine a nose, and I imagine a mouth here. So you should have some imagination in your mind that helps you to take it ahead, and trust me, the way you imagine your objects, exactly the person who will see these objects will imagine. It is up to you, because gradually you transfer your emotions when you make it, according to your choice. Now we know that this is our front. I mean, I have decided that this is the front part of my structure, and this is the back side of the structure. Now to make the chest portion, we know this is the neck. Now you can take a relative proportion. So if this is your face, this can be your neck, and more so the African peoples, if you're trying to make an African figure, they have longer necks. So try to leave about 2 finger space, and here a 2 finger space, and here, yes, there it is approximately. There is nothing like just about there or something. So this is where. Now we're going to take 2 more sticks. We will take these 2 more sticks again. What I'm going to do is, again, to keep the uniformity, I'm going to change this. So what have I done? One big, one small, and one big, one small, correct? Now again, this is, always talk to yourself saying this is the back side and this is the front side. So I take 2 fingers of the neck, and here is my count. I will just push forth the 2. See, I have made this 2 partitions, and I will insert this almost in the center, like this. Try and see if this is 2. This is not, so you need to take this a little down, because the shoulders will be broad again. See, just try to see whether, yes, it's almost there. Yeah, so this is the neck. Now we got to create the shoulder portion. How do we create the shoulder portion? Here we take another stick, this one, and we are going to dip this in water, in the glue mixture of water and glue, and you will be pasting it. Now this winding is a sequential, I mean, one after the other. See, I have taken this across. This is my face, and the back side is here and near me. So I have put it across like this, yeah, and I am taking this, keeping it here. Yes, there. This stick goes like this. So now I take it across behind. See, like this. Yeah, behind, and when I am creating the shoulder, at the very same time, I am going to create the waist of the doll. So then I will here, yeah. Now round, see, like this, and it comes from behind like this, round, yeah. And again, when it comes from behind, it is like this here, and take it cross. See, this is my back side, and I have created a cross here. Now I come in the front, and I create the cross there. Can you see this? This is what. Now we continue with the same thing. So this, it comes from here, then again the waist. Now this is the waist part, then you have the right shoulder, see, got it? Extension of the sticks, the logic has not changed everywhere, the logic remains the same, and that is why every time we need similar kind of sticks. So again, now again the waist, round the waist, and here up, cross, see, yeah, again round the waist from behind like this, and then cross on the left hand side, sorry, right shoulder. If you see this, you will see we are creating the waistline and the shoulders both at the same time. Plus, the right shoulder proceeds from the front, while the left shoulder increases from the back. Now, I have taken the right here, I have taken a twist, and now the left shoulder from behind. See? So while I create my left shoulder, I create the back portion, and while I create the right shoulder, I create the front portion. So now again like this, and now it's time for the left right left right. So now the left shoulder is over. Now I will create the right shoulder. Now I have already creating a waistline there, and this is the right shoulder. Again I twist it. Now if you feel that this is too short, you can add some sticks here more, so that you have place to hold, which is absolutely okay. Yeah, so now I will create the left shoulder here. Again the twist. So left shoulder created from behind. I again come here, again right shoulder. Have you observed one thing here, that every time while creating the shoulder length, I am shifting my stick one after the other. I am shifting it. Okay, I am not going to leave it. I mean, I am not putting it one over the other like that. Now we need approximately 5 to 6 such windings on one side. So we have 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4, and we will take one more now. So this is become the right. Now since we have taken the right one, now is the turn for the left shoulder. So now I will take the left shoulder from behind, and look at your own figure when you create, and check for yourself, should this be okay? How much is your face distance from the head? How much is your shoulder? Make it realistic. Is it too short, or is it okay? Now if because I'm using sticks which are a little wider, if I create one more, this will go up till here. I mean my doll will look very very heavy, in that case, the shoulder line. So I don't want it heavier than this, I don't want it broader than this, rather the right word. And I create this, I have 5 lines here and 5 lines. Now if you're making a man, then in that case you might have to look at a broader shoulder, because to show the difference between a man and a female figure, you will have to use a broader shoulder. So this is what it is. And finally the remaining stick, I am just going to wind it here like this. I'm going to put it there. See, this is what. Yeah. So this is what we have created. The basic portion, and goes unsaid, we are going to glue this. Now before we glue this is a female figure. We are going to create the bust line for the female figure. The bust line is created with the tissue papers. It is all up to you. You can create the bust lines with polymer polymer clay or the normal clay, all up to you. It is all up to you how much you are comfortable. This is an out and out newspaper object, so I use not newspaper though, but it has a paper mostly. So I will use the tissue paper to make the bust line. Now to make the bust line, we need the thinner sheet of the tissue paper. We are going to use the colored tissue paper for the dressing up of them. Now again I'm going to make this, and I'm just going to paste this glue here. See, it has to create this kind of a structure, or this kind of a structure. If you see this from here, and it has this portion which looks almost even like this. There, the neck, the head. This is the structure we have. Now we are from here, from the hands, with the hands you have the option of twisting it. There are many who keep the hands as it is. We twist it to give that kind of one this thing feeling. We tape it also. You can use the tape as well. I'll show you how to use the tape. And so you twist the hands. when you make these, just make sure that the shoulders don't drop down like this, because then it looks very sluggish. So you should make sure that, you know, the entire, you push here and gradually this will come down. So don't do that, don't give too much pressure when you create the shoulders. So this is the basic structure. Now to create the bust line, we have this newspaper. I mean, you will also have another normal tissue paper that we use, you know. So we will use this tissue paper here, because anyways we are not going to use it for coating on the dolls there while we dress them. So this is what comes out. This is the sheet. We all know that this kind of sheet comes out, yeah, like this. This is the paper. Now create a proportionate bust line, and try to see that you don't make it up and down, try to be in line. So we'll just create that bust line for both the I mean for the bust line to be equal and symmetrical. I try to take the paper as well symmetrical. So this is one sheet of paper that I have taken, and I will be just dividing it into two half. So almost same sheets I have, and now I'm just going to wind them. I'll see first how much I will need, because when you add water and glue to this entire thing becomes very, very small. So this will become too big. I need to reduce the paper size a little bit. Sometimes you create where you create you know, dolls of a bigger size, you might need a very. So now this I have just crumpled them with hand, but which is okay, almost equal. And you will take these two paper sheets, and you can just create that. What I'm doing is I'm just creating a kind of a spherical or a baller shape. Try to give that kind of a little look there. This is what it is. And so what I'm going to do, this is the front portion. To understand the proportionate, and we are going to have the bust line. See, we have our shoulders and the bust line is down, so we have her shoulders and the bust line is going to be down. So the bust line has to be somewhere here, this portion, the bust line has to be. So I'm going to fix with the help of glue. I'm just going to fix these two things, and meanwhile probably we talk about how these things can be decorated, or embellishments. You can use real-time ornaments if you want. You can try to you know, use imitation jewelry, or you can create your own this thing. I will try and see if I have some kind of jewelry which I can use this thing. After in the next video that I will show, when we start making the lower portion, I will add a couple of things that we need for the embellishment or for the so-called decoration of this particular doll. You need some laces and some chains, some earrings, some old-time earrings, whatever you feel. It's up to you completely how much realistic you make it, because if you are not able to imagine how realistic you want that doll, then it is, you look at somebody's work and do it. I always suggest in my work, when I do my basket weaving as well as this whatever, I try to tell everybody, do not try to imitate anybody's work, even mine, you know. I mean, of course I am just sharing with you how to make it, and you're learning it, yes, but don't try to make similar, because then you don't create your trade, you don't create your mark, because somebody else will always have that upper hand on you. They, oh yeah, it is exactly like what she makes. No, it is not exactly like what she or he makes. It is my creation. So have that kind of creation, you know, yourself. Do not try to imitate anybody's work. Now what I have done is I have created the bust line here. If you see, it's not a very heavy bust line, and I have glued it. Actually, this is a simple tissue paper, and I made those balls as I showed you, and I have stuck them with the glue, plus I have put up a lot of glue in the front. If you can see, can you see this one? See, and now we are going to drape it. When we drape it, they will look pretty realistic, so which is okay. I know you don't have to really bother about how they look, or they are flat or whatever. We don't have to make them too busty. It's okay to have them a normal bus line. So we are going to leave this to dry meanwhile, and I'll catch you on the other video. I'll be with you again on the next video where we create the lower portion of this, the lower portion below the waistline, and how do we proceed further with it. So this video we stop here. Create this much, keep this ready, and let us meet again on the next video. Happy crafting. I hope you like what you're doing. You must enjoy. It is important that you enjoy what you're doing, and have a lovely time decorating your house with all these objects that we are making out of newspaper. Cha cha, bye bye. Catch you soon with the other side of the video. All right, bye bye.